I have the pleasure of launching the key chapter, Hyderabad chapter, today.
I request our Minister here to give a valuable message to the audience.
I don't know, I'm confused now. Number one, I'm not able to realize whether it is afternoon or evening. So let me say good afternoon and good evening, both of you. So it's always homecoming to meet such people coming from North America. The reason is I was one like you in the good old days. So from 68 to 78, I happened to be in US, then came back here. So that's why it's always a homecoming to meet NRIs in whichever forum, in whichever place, wherever it's possible. It's a homecoming for me. I have not addressed individually any of you, but friends, I consider all of you as friends. And once again, good evening. Today, as usual, it's a hectic day in my public and political life. As a matter of fact, I was not sure whether I will be able to attend this program at all because of forced, the professional hazardous events that take place quite often in our daily activity. So I did not expect the President of India to give time today, even though I asked for tomorrow and day after. So that one thing which changed all the programs of today. But that's of no concern for all of you. It's not that important for you. Let me say one thing. Before I go further, I'm not a person to give a message or address, people like you, because you are well versed and you are the experts in your own fields and you are successful people. I'm only trying to interact and find out how the success has come to you, how this success can be translated into others' efforts, how this can be taken administratively to create an ecosystem and atmosphere for promoting industry and employment generation. That's where I come, not to address you as a matter of fact. Before I go further, one thing, I feel sorry for Srinivas Reddy Garu, whom I know for a long time, and his father expired. I pray for, his soul to be resting in peace, and I convey my condolences to him and his family, number one. Number two, now I come back to NRIs. This country today, what it is, it's because of you. Do you know why? I'm sure you know it, but let me tell you that. In 91, the honor and prestige of India was being mortgaged on the streets of London with hardly $400 million as foreign exchange reserves. That's where you come into the picture. That's where we made the difference. That's where the economic reforms with which you contributed a lot, and India, you know what it is today? From 400 million foreign exchange reserves to today's bountiful more than $280 billion. That's something like about 600 times or 700 times. 700 times. That effort, your input, your contribution as a NRI has made the difference in the hard times. That's where the people of India, and specifically the people here around, will remember the NRI's contribution, and it goes in the history as a matter of fact. So that's where I congratulate you, I compliment you. Then second thing, you are continuing that effort by doing what you did in 91, and today you have come here to participate for the state's growth and participate in the economic development of the state. It's a welcome gesture, and your suggestions, your difficulties, we can understand. We'll try to sort it out as administratively as simple as possible. So that's one side of it. So, you know, state of Andhra Pradesh has come a long way from 2003 to 2004. From around 40,000 crore state budget, today it has become 150,000 crores budget. That's not enough. The fiscal deficit or the financial planning, financial balance of payments, you know, whatever that for the state is concerned, we are still quite much better than many other states in this regard. About 10,000 crores was the planned budget in 2003 and 4. Today, we have 53,000 crores in the planned budget. As a matter of fact, per capita planned budget is the highest from the state of Andhra Pradesh compared to any other state. Even though in physical numbers, UP is number one, because UP has 16 crore population, and whereas Andhra about 8.4 crore population. That way, per capita budget, per capita plan budget, that's the investment budget, is the highest in the country among all the states. So, from mere 40,000 crores to 150 plus thousand crores, the budget, it's not out of magic. It's by plan, it's by growth, by giving impetus to the industry, by giving impetus to the agriculture, by giving impetus to tourism. All the engines of the economic growth were really propelled and given incentives, given impetus. That's why the state has come on par with many other, like Maharashtra, for example. So, in spite of the troubles, for your information, the state of Andhra Pradesh produces the second highest power generation state in the country, next only to Maharashtra. Now this year, the Gujarat has come up to that level. And the per capita consumption of power, which was much below the national average in 2003 and 4, has come about 28% higher than the national average in the last 9.5 years. So that's how the government is working, and the industrial consumption has already, from 2003 and 4, from mere 11,000 million units to 28,000 million units in the state of Andhra Pradesh. So we are constantly monitoring the system. We are constantly upgrading it, because your inputs, your impetus, I think it will go a long way to accelerate the growth of the economy of the state. As far as Hyderabad is concerned, let me come back to that. It is the most happening city in the world. The infrastructure what we have is world class. When Honeywell people came and they were inaugurating their premises, the gentleman told me, you have a wonderful infrastructure. They monitor about 70% of the flight monitoring system is being done from the city of Hyderabad. And I said, it's no more world class, it's Bharat class. That's what the Indians are. That's what we are coming up. As a matter of fact, the growth in India is next only to China of all the countries, and we are marching ahead. Of course, in the last 1 year, 2 years, it has become a little less, but still we have a long way to go, and I don't think anybody will be able to stop us. The opportunities are more. The population, the income levels, the income growing levels, and the opportunities in various sectors is unlimited, and that's where the opportunities can be exploited by entrepreneurs with their innovative ideas, with coming back to the country and exploring. The recent survey yesterday or day before, we are 11th highest GDP country in the world as of today. By 2028, we are going to become number 3 in the world. That is US and China and India. So taking that into consideration, you know what opportunities exist here in every field, as a matter of fact. We are starting from a low base, so that's where the opportunities can be exploited. So as far as state of Andhra Pradesh is concerned, it welcomes you, it provides you all the infrastructure, it provides you the hospitality that is known for Hyderabad, and that's where I request those who wish to come and invest. So as far as IT is concerned, this is the major sector for creating employment generation. The state government in 2003 and 4, we had only about 84,000 jobs in this city in the state of Andhra Pradesh. In last 9.5 years, it has gone up to 350,000 jobs generation in the state of Andhra Pradesh, which is direct. And indirect, it's 1:4. You know what it means. About 15 lakhs, that's about 1.5 million people altogether. So the growth is fantastic. Even though some of you may be having apprehensions that this political situation has created problem for IT, which is not true, based on, not because I belong to Telangana, not because I say about Telangana or Andhra, it's because of the facts of Hyderabad and Andhra Pradesh. The last year alone, the turnover in the state of Andhra Pradesh was 53,000 crores in 2012-13. Now, this year, it has become 64,000 crores, the highest jump ever in the last decade, as a matter of fact. Not only that, the office space that is leased out last year alone is about 6 million square feet, which is the highest compared to in all these years. The reason is the state government has taken initiative in declaring IT services as essential services. This is the first state in the country to declare IT services as essential services. So, gentlemen, the apprehensions are different, the facts are different. Unfortunately, in today's media, a lot of stories come, and let us analyze, let us realize what is the truth and what is going on here. So the infrastructure is the best of all. Hyderabad Airport is adjudged as the best for last consecutive 4 years in its class of airports. It continues to be that way. Then the outer ring road. Then other infrastructure. Based on all these, the industry is catching up. For example, major world leaders are here in Hyderabad, and national leaders are also here. TCS, it's expanding by 25,000 count in Adibatla by constructing their buildings and facilities, and Infosys with 45,000 additional strength that they are planning. They have already created for about 8,500, and it's in 400 acres in Uppal area. Then Wipro is expanding by 12,000 count. This is not a small count, as a matter of fact. That multiplied by 4, you can imagine the total potential for employment generation in the city. Taking this as a clue, the state government has initiated a number of programs for future development of IT and IT services and hardware clusters and hardware policy. We are the first ones to come out with hardware policy. We are the first ones to get the approval of hardware clusters in the country in about 1,000 acres with 500 crores investment by Government of India. We are the first state to have the ITIR keeping for next 25 years in view that 50,000 acres coordinating, in the sense, the Uppal area, Shamshabad area, and the present Madhapur area with 50,000 acres of land being earmarked for ITIR development with a vision within 25 years. It will create about 15 lakhs direct employment and indirect employment around 53 lakhs with an investment of more than 100,000. The Government of India has cleared this project with an investment about 4,000 crores from its various departments. And the state government in the next 25 years would like to invest about 30,000 crores for internal and external infrastructure. This is all for the entrepreneurial people who can look into and then have a choice to come back and invest. Here is the opportunity, here is the infrastructure, here is the government proactive. As a matter of fact, we are also first in the animation, gaming, and media field. So we have launched this program, and we have come out with the first policy in the state to cater to the vast potential of this gaming industry. In the world, where India has only 1% of that business as of today. You can imagine the potential what we have with the innovativeness, with the creativeness, with the urge for doing something. The Life of Pi, 80% of that is produced here. And Ega is world acclaimed movie in animation and gaming, as a matter of fact. So, the largest number of films in the world are produced in Hyderabad, more than 189 to 190 last year. So, that potential is being considered for innovation to give an opportunity for these youngsters or the entrepreneurs to utilize that opportunity to catch up some business from all over the world. In addition to that, we are the first ones to complete the pilot project for connecting fiber broadband connectivity into the remote areas. So the country has a plan of providing broadband connectivity for 250,000 habitations, and the state of Andhra Pradesh is going ahead with 25,000 habitations connectivity, and it will be a matter of time that every nook and corner of the state of Andhra Pradesh will be connected. We have also taken up 4G services, spreading out that in 92 cities of Andhra Pradesh. And the work is going on. Shortly, the major cities will get connected. You know what it means? The transmission cost of data will come down drastically from about 150 rupees today to about 35 to 40 rupees. I think with the competition, it may come down even further, facilitating the businesses to grow up in a faster way. So these are all the initiatives we have taken. It's for you to explore. It's for you to decide. It's for you to analyze. It's for you to come to a conclusion and set up your businesses here. I don't know how many NRIs are here, but my appeal to them, here is the opportunity. Here is the scope. Here is a government, whether tomorrow, whatever may happen, that's a different issue. But Andhra Pradesh, Telugu people are always ahead of many others. That's what I always keep saying, as a matter of fact. So let us not worry about the political reasons. Here I want to say one thing. Why the capitalist countries? Why the developed countries have started investing a decade back or 2 decades back or continue to invest in China and Taiwan? Is it the love of their governance philosophy? Is it because they like the governing principles of those governments or the countries? No. The work goes to places today. People who used to go to work earlier, now work comes to places where it is best done. The talent is here, the infrastructure is here, opportunity is here, the scope is here. It's for you to decide. You are welcome. As far as the government is concerned, I can only say, I don't want to take much of your time. I can interact on many other subjects, but like a lecture, I don't think it's need to be given. I think you have been doing this right from 12 o'clock, listening to the most successful people sitting on the dais and off the dais, and that's much more important than a politician. Normally, in this age of specialization, a politician is made an exception. The reason is, even though now I can talk about irrigation, I can talk about aquaculture because I held the portfolios, now I can talk about IT to some extent to comparably interact with you in that field. But many other fields, a politician is made an exception. He was asked to come and address. It's not the address. It's only interaction is better. Listening to the specialists, experts is much more important to translate their ideas and suggestions into reality by good governance. That's where I come into the picture. I don't like the statement of address, nor I do address anyone. I only bring some facts before you. That's about all. So in any case, so here is the state. Here is the talent. We have the largest number of technical graduates coming out from the colleges and institutions. About 1/3 of the country's technical graduates are coming out from the state of Andhra Pradesh. Of course, some people also say the quality is not good, employability is low. The state government has realized it. We have taken up a skill development program. We developed a system where skill development or employability type of programs are made part of the curriculum to the students. They don't have to go out of the colleges, then try to go to these training centers by paying huge amounts. So in this aspect, we have tied up with many other big companies. Their software is being used for employability purposes. Major companies like IBM, Microsoft, and Oracle, and Google. So we have tied up, and we are also in tune with MIT and other major institutions to have their edX platform